us is Laci Graul. Laci, it's great to see you. In your article on financial freedom, what really struck me is the idea that if we'll take a little effort in developing our financial freedom, that's really a gift to our family.
Yes, exactly. One of the biggest concerns that I see people about is them worried that they're going to be a burden to their children on down the road. And that's a plan that you need to start putting in place to avoid that years before a health event or something comes up that would put your adult children in a situation where they would have to take action. This is really a thing to start working on, when you're around retirement age, in the years leading up, early retirement years. And there's really two main ways that I see people able to mitigate that and create a good plan to give them some peace of mind for their adult children. One would be their retirement account withdrawal rate, how much you have put back in savings and how quickly are you drawing that out. Having some intentionality behind that goes a long way. Instead of just guessing, I think I'm going to take out X amount of dollars per month, run some forecasts. Look in the future. What does inflation do to that plan? What does a health event do to that plan? In those steps, kind of knowing an idea of what to expect, not just 5 years down the road, but 15 and 25 years down the road.
Right.
That really gives folks peace of mind about knowing that they're not going to put their children in a bind, when their children's children are graduating from high school and trying to, take on the next step of life in that stage. The second way is with long-term care planning. That is a big concern for a lot of folks because it's a big unknown. We don't know if that's going to be something that we're going to need or not. A lot of folks do. But there's three main ways that you can really plan for long-term care costs. One would be self-insuring, where you're just going to pay out of pocket each time you have an event. Secondly would be Medicaid planning, where you take steps to make sure that you would qualify for Medicaid if something happened. And finally would be long-term care insurance. There's been a lot of change to that space over the last 5 years. So if it's something that you think you might be interested in, I would encourage you to revisit it because it may not look anything like what you had looked at 5 to 10 years ago. The main thing is that all of those take years of preparation. It's not something that we can do 6 months in advance. This is 10 plus years in advance. So when you're in your 50s and early 60s, that is really the time to dig into financial freedom and planning that out so that you're not a burden to your children in your 70s and 80s and 90s.
Absolutely. Well, if someone is interested in maybe sitting down and looking specifically at, what their income is now, their future plans, that kind of thing, and how they can develop that financial freedom, can they, how would they reach out to you to do that?
Yeah, I would love to sit down with folks to talk about that. That's what I do, 4 days out of 5. And they can just give us a call at the office at 205-573-0228, or they can send me an email at laci.graul@edwardjones.com.